Sanskrit means what? The one who has cleaned. What he speaks is a Sanskrit. The one who cleansed a clean mind, when he speaks, is called a Sanskrit. Everywhere now the research in yoga books, in spiritual ancient books, research by the Western universities, by Indian universities, all these scholars get together, have these conferences. For what? Not even one person enlightened in that. All of them they talk about hallucination, all of them deluded, hallucinating, and one over the top, and praising among themselves, appreciating. This is what happened during the time of the Janaka. All the intellectual scholars, Yajnavalkya walked into, and he found all these speaking parrots. They have never experienced it, they have never cleansed it. They are talking about the Sanskrit. You should read Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad is only about this. These speaking parrots. One parrot says, so parrot story, have I told you parrot story? I think I must have told you already parrot story in these 2 months. If I have not told, I will tell you. So in a forest there is a monk, and every day he lives in a small hut. And so there is a parrot on the tree every day. So in the forest there are so many parrots, and in the forest there is a tree in front of, so in a small hut there is a tree on the top of the tree. So every day this monk meditates sitting there like this. As breath comes in, so the monk meditating, as the breath comes, so as breath goes, and within no time he is experiencing samadhi, and within no time he got enlightened, meditated, and every day this parrot sees Kumar singing like that. As breath comes in, so for a parrot it is a nice music, and for him it is a meditation. Parrot doesn't understand what he is doing, and parrot listens only to the song. Even you play this, your mind goes into samadhi. So parrot going into samadhi, listening to the monk. Parrot is going into the, oh my God, listening to this itself is so, oh my God. And this monk got practiced seriously like this and enlightened. From japa he went to ajapa, and from chanting to without chanting, absorbed into the samadhi and completely vipaka, kriya, and he experienced the second level vipaka, and then also kriya. Vipaka means phala, and kriya, functional. All these things in the stages he experienced in the meditation. And then, so what comes you? So once you get enlightened, you become selfless, and every being you want to help. So first thing this monk thought is the parrot comes every day, sits, and it is watching him with so much of devotion. So he wanted to, because parrot has become almost a pet. So then, because every day he throws grains, and parrot has become a pet without being kept in a cage. Because a monk himself realizes he is in the cage of dead habit patterns of the mind itself is a big cage. So that conditioning what he has itself is a cage, it's like a prison he is living in. First thing he will realize is, he is in a prison of his own conditioning. His own conditioning is a prison. He is a prisoner of his own conditioning, prisoner of his own perception. And then, that's what Buddha says, the one who first realizes he is in a prison, and then he tries to come out. If you don't even realize you are in a prison of your perception, your prison of your own intellect, prison of your own sanya, prison of your own vijnana, prison of your own khandha, and where is the question of coming out? First of all, you should realize you are in a prison. First of all, we should realize we are programmed. We should realize we are conditioned. Like in Matrix movie, no one thinks they are conditioned except this Keanu Reeves, the hero. The first greatest realization is that you should realize that I am prisoner of my own intellect, my own perception. I am in the prison. I must get out of this perception. I must get out of my intellect. I must get out. Instead of boosting, instead of thinking I am good, first thinking should come is this: I should get out of the prison. How come a monk, such a monk will keep any bird or any dog again tying or in a cage? Because he already left. A cage mentality will keep everyone in the cage, tries to keep the partner in the cage, try to keep control, try to keep the children in the cage, try to keep the boss in the cage, try to keep the government in the cage. Because you are in the cage. You see everyone you want to see be in the cage. Who is not in the cage, for you it looks like indisciplined. So understand the intricacies of what I am saying. So this parrot, why this parrot is a pet for him? And why parrot adored him? Because it has all the freedom. And every day it is motivated, it has an attitude, parrot has an attitude, it has a devotion, it has a complete surrender. And that's the way it is. Enjoying. And one day, some monk called after he is enlightened, because unless he experiences, how come he is not even eligible to teach? So once he experienced, and now he is eligible, he is a true guru, true monk. He is not a speaking parrot. Now he called parrot, hey parrot come. And parrot came, he said, oh my God, such a great monk whom I have been seeing for last 10 years, 15 years, called me means, a guru called me means, what a magic. And a guru is giving mantra, he told parrot, hey parrot, every day you are hearing my mantra. Yes, I am hearing Saha, breath comes in, so breath goes, as much I am enjoying, listening, yes. Because of that I got enlightened, So I also want to give you a mantra. Sa. Mantra for me, Sa. Please, Sa, give me the mantra, Sa. I can pay 2,000 pounds, 10,000 pounds. I can give up myself to the mantra. Whatever you ask, I can give you, Sa. Teach me the mantra, Sa. Mantra is more powerful than the meditation. Mantra is more powerful than a guru. Mantra is more powerful than anything else in the world for many today. Mantra is a powerful way of blackmailing technique. But this guru doesn't want to blackmail. But he wants, mantra means protecting, management of your own body, mind to protect you. mantra is protection. And paritta, so mantra, and he taught. What he taught, that parrot. Hunter will come, 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 hunter will come. He throws the seeds, unknowing the danger. A parrot gets caught in the net. Hunter will come, hunter will come, hunter will come. He throws. Hunter will come, hunter will come, hunter will come. Unknowing the danger, eating the seeds. Parrot gets caught in the net. Parrot gets caught in the net. Hunter will come, hunter will come, hunter will come, hunter will come, hunter will come. Hunter will come, hunter will come. Annoying, annoying, annoying the danger. Parrot gets caught in the net, eating the seeds. Parrot gets caught in the net, eating the seeds, eating the seeds. Parrot gets caught in the net, eating the seeds. Hunter will come, hunter will come, hunter will come, hunter will come. Unknowing the danger, parrot gets caught in the net, eating the seeds, eating the seeds. Unknowing the danger, parrot gets caught in the net, eating the seeds, eating the seeds. Got it? So mantra is to protect her. Rajo Haranam, Rajo Haranam, Rajo Haranam. Other day I told you what Buddha taught the mantra. It is similar to that. It is no way different. This mantra, it is the same mantra. Now the way people chant it the same way. I am chanting it here. Om Bhurvavasvadasvidurvarenyam Murgo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Om Bhurvavasvadasvidurvarenyam Murgo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Om Bhurvavasvadasvidurvarenyam Murgo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Om Murgo Devasya Om Bhurvavasvadasvidurvarenyam Murgodevasya Dhimai Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Oh, what a Gayatri! Hey, what a chant, sir. We never heard this style, sir. We love your style, So parrot says, oh my God, oh Guru, what a mantra you done. And so every day monk is sitting and is plugging in Ananta Samapatti, then he plugs in Nirodha Samapatti. And this parrot sitting on the branch, and he is meditating here, parrot sitting there, and a mantra given by such a great monk, and parrot sitting there. Hunter will come, 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 unknowing the danger. Parrot gets caught in the net, eating the seeds, eating the seeds. Hunter will come, hunter will come, hunter will come, hunter will come. Unknowing the danger, parrot gets caught in the net, eating the seeds. As it mastered the chant mantra, and mantra has become more melodious day by day. mantra becoming more melodious and different experimentations of the chant going on. Hunter, welcome hunter, welcome hunter, welcome hunter, welcome hunter, welcome, annoying the danger. Parrot gets caught in the net, eating the seed, eating the seed, eating the seed. Do you know? And parrot asks him, do you know? Do you know what my master gave me? Hunter, welcome, hunter, welcome, hunter, welcome, hunter, welcome, hunter, welcome, annoying the danger. Parrot gets caught in the net by eating the seed. How did I chant? Did I chant well? And parrot, look at the other parrots. Outstanding, fantastic. And now the parrot has a pigeon chest, like this. It feels so good, it can chant. And the more praises come from the colleagues, from the friends, and its chest has become pigeon chest, further expanding day by day. And when monk is coming, and for the parrot says, Hunter, a monk is coming. Hunter, welcome, 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 annoying the danger. Parrot gets caught, eating the seed, eating the seed. Now it added dance also, jumping from one branch to the other branch. Ecstasy now it is experiencing. Dopamine, ecstasy. So we chant, we jump and we chant. So what? When we jump with the music, why not parrot? Tell me. Parrot can easily fly, at least for us. It's difficult, we only go like this. Parrot is in all ecstasy and it is so overpowered by the monk. Oh my God, what a guru. And what a chant he has given me. And it's over. And every day monk meditating, parrot. A mantra given by such a great monk and protection. Mantra given by a enlightened person means what? A mantra given by a Vishwamitra means how powerful it is. Every Brahmin knows how powerful it is. So the parrot knows how powerful it is. That's why it is chanting. Why it is chanting if there is no power? And one day it so happened. So the monk has to leave. He has to go to, leave the forest. He has to go to other village for 2 days or 3 days. And any pet you have, all the time you worry about the pet, isn't it? Because the relationship that develops between the pet and you, unlike our partner, so this pet is very loyal. Whether you feed it, whether you one day you don't put the water, whether you don't feed it one day, but yet pet will not remember. Pet always, it is looking for you, all the time when you come at home, your dog or a cat, all the time over you, it doesn't forget, oh my God, where did you leave me for 20 days and what the mess you did, So did any time your pet said, and you went all over the world for your entertainment, you came back 20 days, but the first thing you will see the moment you step in is your dog or your cat or your parrot it is all over you. It only remembers all the good things. It doesn't even remember the bad things. Whereas your kids say, oh my God, 20 days you left. The moment you enter into the house, you look at the rat and face goes like this and you have to pray, you have to please her spending half an hour, 1 hour. Oh, it is not like that, darling, it is not. Where is darling? It is not like the darling, it is not like the dear, it is not like the darling. By the time you try to convince you sweat out profusely, still darling, and he remembers all the nonsense only, what all the good things you did, and and the chemistry, it takes so much time to build the chemistry. But because that's why, those pets are far better. I think that's why we love the pets more than the partners, because the pet will never question. Will never remember any negative things. Partners all the time remember and remind us what are our negative qualities. That's why, so though chemistry begins with a big bang like the universe, but entropy goes on increasing. What to do? Everything beginning is like a big bang unified theory. Oh my God, you are angel. Oh my God, where can we meet now? If we don't meet, the world is going to collapse now for me and for you. That's how the big bang relationship begins in the big bang. But you will see within no time, big bang in the house, and this vessel going that corner, this vessel going that corner, and the stove lighting is a sound, and plates cleaning is a sound, washing machine is a sound, everything, so much sound, because all that you can't express, you express indirectly on the things. You throw this thing over there, that indicates your partner is annoyed with you. You are listening more noise in the house, more vessels noise in the kitchen, more noise in the kitchen means, oh, there is something wrong, you know very well. We know the noise. So pet and the relationship, so that's the way the teacher and the student relationship should be. Like a pet only, not like a partner. Many of the cases, the student thinks that the teacher is a partner. So one should understand that though teacher is trying to be a partner, but teacher, you are only a pet. We should understand, we should not forget, we are a pet. Teacher, for teacher, we should be a pet. We should always positively, like your pet is always positive. So positive emotional training, so it is a positively emotion only it contains. That's why it's called PET, positive emotional training. All that it exhibits only positive emotion, never exhibits your pet any negative emotion. That's only positive. So partner also should be like that. Then the problem is solved. Student means the first quality. So now this monk has to leave this pet in the midst of the forest. And who will feed, who will throw the grains, and who will feed, whether it during summer season with 46 degrees temperature. Can you imagine? In my neighborhood, where thermal plant is there, coal plant is there, 50 degrees temperature. In Hyderabad, the city where I am living, 43 scorching sun, and UV scale is going beyond 8, 8.3, very high UV. I should tell all my friends, they think and UV means only in Himalayas, UV means only in some Maldives. When they go out of the country only, they go with this SPF cream. They don't understand in India and in summer, and the UV is so dangerous levels it touches. They never realize they have to protect, they have to apply some powerful antioxidant oils like curcumin oil, ginger oil, or they have to apply some SPF lotion, or you have to apply, then only you should go, otherwise your skin tans. It's not the question of tan, it's the question of the cell getting killed and becoming a cancerous cell. The danger is the damage does by ultraviolet B radiation. UVB radiation goes much more deeper penetrating and the damages. That's why, and you must wear, it's not for show, you must wear UV filtering glasses, so goggles and glasses you must have. You must have glasses, and you should verify whether they have a, so many UVA, UVB, more than that they have a polarizing effect, whether they filter, whether they don't in the night, so gazing effect should not be there. Now you have, so super advanced optics using polycarbonate, films as a lens, very advanced. But when you choose a polycarbonate lens, which now, so every lens company uses, but it has to be the purity of the polycarbonate is the most important, and it should not degrade. So when you clean the lens, you should be extremely careful using the pH of the solution, 7.5 only you should clean. Otherwise your polycarbonate solution, understand polycarbonate means, you see it is a carbonate, it is a alkali by, so if you are applying acid means then the polycarbonate, lens gets spoiled. That's why you should be extremely careful about the cleaning, whether it is your, so if you are not using a contact lens, so which has to be disposable, and but if you are wearing this lens, I see many people forget even to clean the lens. Do you know what kind of strain it will keep? Where your spec or where your lens is the most important. Especially the lens which you use for UVA, UVB, you have to be extraordinary. You must wear UV. You must wear, these days UV radiation in cities is very, very high. You must wear a good, not the goggles, not the glasses which are sold in the street for damn, 1 pound, 2 pound, 3 pounds. A 3 pound material is a 3 pound only, but your eye lens is, so 870 megapixel or so something like that megapixel, more than 800 megapixel, and this eye lens is the most expensive lens. So far, no human can make the lens, and there is no such a resolution. 870 megapixel now, still science is struggling. Combining ultra cameras all put together, they can maximum 300, 400, 500 megapixel they can achieve. And what God has given us, the eye is super. But do you know that lens is very vulnerable for UV light, etc. That's why we must protect, not to show how your glasses are. So what design doesn't matter, but what lens is. Ensure it has all the properties required. And you should have two lenses. One is during the sun. In the night when you travel, you see, in the night if you are driving, suppose late evening, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, especially in the west, it gets dark and you have to drive vehicle. So now customized specs in the evening. Night vision glasses should be different from day vision glasses. Never use day vision, UVA, UVB protecting glasses. In the night your problem is different. So the glaring that comes from opposite. So the glare neutralizing, your lens should have the quality glare neutralizing effect, and you must use, even you don't have any sight, you don't have night, if at all if you are driving in the evening, means you must wear a different lens which should not cause the darkness further. Number two is opposite vehicles come, the light is very dangerous, especially now LED lights people use it. Very dangerous, and people use sometimes high beam like in India, so there is no control, people just like that they use high beam, and in that condition, so your eye gets strained. Most of the accidents in the night happens because of the glaring effect. Then you lose the sight and in a fraction of a second, and the vehicle so has an accident. You are somewhere. It happens because of the glaring effect. So you must wear, whether you are riding a bike, whether you are riding a car, you must wear anti-glaring, very powerful, and don't compromise. Whatever to the best capacity you can spend money. Spending money is for the lens. There is no expensive than your eye as a lens. When you are trying to use something for protecting this, I see people mean-minded, they go for cheaper glasses. Never compromise on your glasses, I tell you. Your glasses, what protects your eye, what protects your ear, whatever you check your affordability, go for the best. Never compromise on those things, And the lens qualities are all that important to protect your lens quality. This is what I tell. Not only that, the frame quality, it is not how heavily it is, how lighter it is. And now you have super titanium, so you must use only titanium frame, because otherwise a continuous intracranial pressure it will apply, or so no heaviness at all. Your frame should be made with titanium. Super light. When people go for Himalayas and people go for trekking, they know very well entire their cutlery, and so for the trekkers in Himalayas, it has to be super light and super conductance. So they use only titanium cookware. Everything is a titanium, stove is a titanium because it is super light. So, and especially when you choose your specs or glasses, whatever it is, choose, don't look at some Hollywood star and say, oh my God, this glass frame is very good, that frame is very good. Don't simply go by that. Yes, you can find aesthetics, but go for titanium frame. That is the lightest material right now available for you in the market, and titanium frames are available. It is super light material. You won't even know you are wearing a spec. You won't even know that you are wearing a glass. That super light the material should be. That super light the material should be. And always, if you have a sight, whether you use UVA, UVB, radiation protection or night anti-glaring effect, you must wear customized glasses apart from your spec. In fact, now your spec itself will come with anti-glaring effect. So in the night, your specs, if you are already having a spec, those specs will allow you in the night to, it has already inbuilt anti-glaring effect. So when you buy your spec, when you are designing a spec, in abroad it's quite expensive, but in India it is very economic. When you try to come and buy, and so you can, one is a frame, one is a lens. During the daytime, for example, and I am using a spec, but the spec is not designed for UVA, UVB radiation. That's why you need to have a customized glasses for the sun to protect you from the sun. It must be customized. Now every company, all the big companies, so they customize and give you your glasses. So just simply don't wear a sunglasses means, yes, sunglasses are fine. If you don't have any sight, sunglasses are fine. But otherwise, and if you have even any kind of the sight, you should have, your glasses have to be designed as per the sight. And there is a criteria, look for the standards and go for high standards of all the protection your lens need to have. Very, very important.